Hello everyone, welcome back to Reading for Vocabulary. I'm Brian Stewart. Are you ready to get started? We're on lesson 12 now. Soil homes? Soil homes? A home made of dirt? Do you live in a home made of dirt? Well, yes, you probably do. In this lesson, we'll focus on let's think about how we make brick homes. How do we make brick homes? If we think about that, this is a home, right? A place where something lives is, of course, a home. Many homes are made from bricks, and bricks are made from soil or dirt. We live in dirt homes. Is it dirty? No, it's clean because of the way we make bricks. That's what we're talking about. How different homes are made from bricks. And of course, we're going to look at not just this word, but many other words for this lesson. Let's go for number 2. The second word, to cook in an oven. This, of course, in the background, that's an oven, right? You put food, usually you put food in an oven. Lots of heat, and you get a nice loaf of bread or cake that comes out. And of course, this means to bake. When you put food in the oven, lots of heat goes on it, and you bake it. So you bake a cake, bake a loaf of bread, something like that. So to bake. Here, of course, is what we were talking about before, right? We just used this word. It's actually, they say, a space for cooking at a high heat. A space is on the inside. Of course, this is a device or appliance that you find in your kitchen. Appliance. There are many appliances in your kitchen. One appliance, of course, is this thing, which we just talked about. That's an oven. An oven. By the way, just for your information, this part is the oven. This part, don't say oven, this part is stove. The top is the stove, the middle part is the oven. Okay? Next one. Wow, big house, right? Looks like a castle, right? Very strong and lasting. Lasting means it will be there for a long time, right? Lasting for a long time. Like this house, this castle, house, just one house, very rich person, or big building. This has been there for a long, long time, right? So what do we say? It's sturdy. It's a sturdy building. It's a sturdy building. It's very strong and it will last for a long time. It will be there for a long time. It's already been here for hundreds of years. That's a long time. This building is very sturdy. Okay, next word. This, of course, here is, what do we call this? A couple of birds are sitting on it. I hope they're not angry. They don't look angry. They're just birds, right? Okay, so a couple birds on top of this one. What holds a roof up? Of course, this is a wall. These birds are sitting on a wall. A wall holds a roof up, right? If you have a roof over your head, what holds it up? The walls. The walls have to be sturdy. If the walls are not sturdy, the roof falls on top of you, right? So walls should be sturdy. What's this here? This looks interesting. It's a box. That's not a box. It's a block. A block used to build things. And we put these things on top of each other. We call this, of course, is a brick. We said it before when I talked about a brick wall, right? Bricks are the little blocks that you use to build a brick wall. Remember the wall we just saw? The birds were sitting on it? It was red. There are many bricks in that wall. Now, when you take bricks and you put them on top of one another, or you take books and you put on top of each other, right? You take one book and you put it on top of that book and on top of each other, and you keep putting more and more and more and more books. What are you doing? This is a special verb. It's to stack. It means to keep putting on top of each other, right? You have one book, put another book, another book, another book, another book. Or one brick, another brick, another brick. You're stacking the bricks or books on top of each other, or whatever it is. Can you stack apples? If you're really good, you can stack apples, but not too high. They'll fall over. Books are easier to stack. Bricks are easier to stack. Okay. A straight line. So here we see that we have many straight lines, right? Going this way. This is a straight line, a straight line, a straight line. You could also go like this, a straight line, a straight line. What do we call these? We call these rows. So if you go to a movie theater, right, 영화관, right, you can see many seats, and your ticket has the number and the row on your ticket, so you know where to go. It says row H, so you go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H, that's my row. Then you go over to the number. So look to find out what row you are in, and then you can find your seat. So a row, especially when we talk about seats, we talk about rows in a big theater or stadium, for example. Okay, let's move on to number 9. Whoa, what's that? That's a really weird 수박, right? 수박 이상해. What the heck? Okay, that's just a funny picture. It doesn't really look like that, right? Having 4 straight sides. 4 straight sides, of course, it would be square. Is a 수박 square? 수박, watermelon. Watermelon. Is a watermelon square? That's crazy, right? Watermelons don't look like that. That's just a funny picture. Watermelons are round, right? They're round, or not exactly round like a ball. You could also say oval. Oval is like a watermelon. Some watermelons are exactly round like a ball. That's true. They are round, perfectly round. But usually watermelons are longer on the ends, right? And not so long on the top and bottom. So we say they're oval. So many different shapes. Square would be like a box, right? If you have a box, that is a square box. Am I a good artist? Yeah, kind of, I guess. Okay, that would be a box. It's a square box. Okay, that would be square. Okay, number 10. Uh-oh. What's wrong with this guy? Someone who builds, but he's not building very well. Look, he's making, what's going on there? You need another brick over here. Pablo, okay? And look, he didn't fill up that position there. He needs more experience. Don't hire him. Okay, but anyway, someone who builds, this is interesting. This is easy, right? Someone who builds. This is your verb, to build. But we want to say a person who does this. So it's very easy. Just take the verb, B-U-I-L-D, and add E-R. E-R. Ah, there we go. That's our word, builder. And you can do this with many verbs in English. Yay! Right? Someone who drives, to drive. If you go to school, right? Sometimes you ride in a school bus, or you just take the city bus. The person who drives the bus is a driver. Driver, okay? So many verbs in English, you just add ER. Not all of them, but many of them. It's a common way to use the verb to talk about a person who does that thing. Okay? So, a builder. But we have to be careful with this guy. He's not a good builder, right? He's making some strange problems here. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Number 11. Now, here we have by the way, this is an exception, right? What is he doing? He's cooking, to cook, but don't say cooker. Don't do that. That's an exception. We say he's a cook. Don't say cooker, right? That's an exception. I'm sorry, English has many exceptions. But don't say cooker, he's a cook. What is he doing? He's mixing together with a big iron piece. Or sometimes your mom, if she's making soup, she'll take a wooden spoon and she'll mix together. What is she doing? She is stirring. To stir the pot, right? To stir things is to mix it together. Okay, let's take a look. Number 12. Glue. This is not really glue, but it's like glue. It's similar to glue. Glue made from sand and water. Sand and water makes glue? Well, it can if you get the right mix. Maybe you've seen this before when you see construction workers. They are working. They're called workers, right? When you see construction workers making a new sidewalk, they have this material. It's just sand and water. And it's not glue, but it acts like glue. It behaves like glue. It sticks things together. What do we call it? We call it cement. Cement. Cement is a common building material. Most buildings are made from cement. Probably if you are in an apartment building right now, your apartment building was made from cement, sand and water, dirt. That's what we're talking about, right? Many homes were made from dirt, are made of dirt. Okay. Okay, let's go on to the exercises. Now, we've learned a lot of words, right? How well do you remember those words? Let's use those words and match them to their definitions. Now we have the definitions of each word, and we have to match them to the words in the box. Let's review. Our words are home, home, oven, oven, wall. That's easy, right? Wall. Bake, bake. And sturdy, sturdy. And brick, brick. Okay, let's see if we can match these words to their proper definitions. Number 1, a space for cooking at a high heat. Remember, I talked about that. That's an appliance in your kitchen. It's a device in your kitchen. On the top is the stove, and in the middle is the oven. Yeah, you remember that, right? We talked about that quite a bit. Number 2, what holds a roof up? Something that holds a roof up. Remember, they have to be strong, because if they aren't strong, the roof will fall on your head, right? So what are those things? What holds a roof up? Well, of course, it's a wall. A wall holds a roof up. Of course, you need more than one wall. You have walls that hold a roof up, usually 4 walls. But you could have 3 walls. 2 walls, that's possible, 1 on each side, right? But 1 wall, that's dangerous, right? You need at least 2 walls. Okay, wall holds a roof up. 3, a block. It's a block, usually about this big, right? Used to build things, right? And we put them on top of each other. We stack them on top of each other, and we can build walls, and we can build homes. What do we call it? We call it a brick. A brick is used to build things, and a brick is a block. Okay, number 4. To cook in an oven. When you cook something in an oven, we talked about this, right? You put a cake in the oven, a lot of heat comes onto the cake, and what are you doing? You are baking that cake. To bake a cake. To bake chicken. You bake chicken. The same thing. Okay, you bake something, you cook it in an oven. Okay, number 5, a place where something lives. Where do you live? We all have a different place where we live, so we all have different what? Home. We all have a different home. When I'm tired at night, I go to my home, right? Maybe right now you are studying in your home. It's a place where you live. It's a home. Number 6, strong and lasting for a long time. Strong and lasting for a long time. We said that that is sturdy. Sturdy, something that's strong and lasts for a long time. Okay, well that wraps up our vocabulary section. We're going to take a short break now. We're going to come back and look at the reading, so don't go away. Okay, welcome back everybody. We're going to go over the reading passage for lesson 12, and we're going to look at the vocabulary. We're going to use the vocabulary that we just learned. So try to remember the vocabulary we learned, and let's go over the reading together. Are you ready? Let's get started. Is your home made of dirt? Is your home made of dirt? Yes, we talked about that, right? Your home, where you live, it's made of dirt, right? It's not dirty, right? It's clean, right? Because cement and bricks, you know, they're not that dirty, and you put something on the inside, so it's not dirty. So is your home made of dirt? Some homes are. Some homes are made of dirt, cement or brick, but they aren't dirty. So if we look at these 3 sentences, they're kind of connected, right? Is your home made of dirt? Yes, some homes are. But even though they're made of dirt, they aren't dirty. Don't worry, right? Even though they are made of dirt, they are not dirty, okay? Soil can make sturdy homes. Soil can make sturdy homes. We talked about soil before, you know, in a different lesson, but soil by itself, you know, it's not very strong, right? So we need soil to make bricks, right? Soil is used to make bricks. Bricks are used to build these houses. So we use soil to make bricks, and they make sturdy homes. Brick is very strong, isn't it? If we have a good builder, they will make a sturdy house, right? We don't want the builder we saw before. We want a good builder, right? Okay. Bricks were used thousands of years ago, a long time ago, very long time ago, thousands of years. Bricks are very, very old. We have been using bricks as human beings for a long, long time. Ancient cities, a long time ago, the people used bricks to make their houses. We still do. We still use bricks. It's a good material. They are still used today. So bricks are so good, they have been used for thousands of years. Bricks are made from clay. Clay is a kind of soil, right? So here again we see the soil. Soil has many different kinds. Clay is one kind of soil, and we use clay to make bricks, right? When we see they and they, that refers to bricks, okay? So bricks are still used today. Bricks are made from clay. Clay is a kind of soil. So what are we talking about? It means bricks, or does it mean soil? In this case, it means soil, okay? Soil can be brown, red, or yellow. If you go look at where the clay is kind of like a mud. It's a kind of soil. It's very thick, right? It's sticky, and it can be many different colors. It can be brown, it can be red, or it can be yellow. Lots of different colors for clay. So, how do you make bricks? How do you take clay and make a brick? How do you do it? How do you do it? The clay, we're going to see how it's done. The clay is stirred, right? Stirred with sand and water. Oh, okay. So this clay, this type of sticky soil, is stirred, mixed with sand and water. So you mix it up, and then you make the shape of the brick. Then, after that, you bake it in a big oven, right? You put it in a very big oven, because you're not baking a cake, you're not baking chicken, you're baking bricks. So you need a really big oven. You can make many bricks at one time. It's baked in a big oven. The bricks are hard and usually red. When you put the brick in, it might be different colors. It might be brown, it might be yellow, but after it's baked, it's usually red, right? Now, bricks are different colors. Some are dark red, some are light red, some can still be brown and maybe yellow. It depends on what kind of clay they use. But usually, most commonly, bricks are red. Usually red. Not always, but usually. They are all the same, the bricks. What does that mean, they are all the same? What they mean is that they are all the same shape, right? They're all the same size. So the same shape, the same size. They have to be, because think about it. If you have a small brick and a big brick, you can't build a wall. Your wall will have lots of holes in it. So they need to be all the same size and the same shape. Then you can build a strong, sturdy wall. They need to be flat and square. So they're all the same. They need to be flat. They need to be square. They need to be flat. They can't be round, right? That would be crazy. You can't put round bricks on top of each other. They all have to be flat and they have to be square, okay? And then you can build them. Then you can use them to build. Okay. Flat bricks stack better, right? We talked about that. You can stack books, you can stack bricks, but if you have something round like an apple, can you stack them? They'll fall over very easily. So flat bricks stack better. You can put them on top of each other more easily. Builders stack them in rows. So you have one row, then the next row, then the next row. You make different rows of bricks. Before, the builder we saw, he was skipping a row, right? He was putting a brick on, it was at an angle. Don't do that. Builders have to make the rows complete, and then they put another row and another row. So they stack them in rows. Each row makes the wall higher. Well, yeah, sure. You have the bottom row, right? That's only that high. Then you add another row, then it gets higher. And each row that you stack makes the wall higher and higher. It gets higher and higher. Cement holds the bricks together. So if we were looking at that picture, remember, here are our bricks, right? And I'm not a good artist, but this is kind of what they look like, right? But you have white space or something white. You have something white in here, right? And between the bricks, that's that white stuff, that is cement. Cement holds the bricks together. Cement is like the glue that holds these bricks together, right? Builders will put cement between the rows and the different bricks in the row, and that will hold those bricks together. These strong walls can last thousands of years, right? So because when you do that, you put the cement there, that wall becomes very strong. You can't push it over, right? It's really, really strong. And they last, sorry about that, I put it through there, thousands of years, for a very long time. There are some cities that people find, you know, they're digging in the ground and they hit the bricks and they find these walls, and those walls were from thousands of years ago, right? Also, some cities people can find, like in ancient cities like in Rome or in some places in the Middle East, you can find really, really old buildings, and they've been there for thousands of years, made of brick. So brick is really strong. It makes strong walls. Okay. Let's talk about this story. Let's do our reading comprehension story. The first question is always, this story is about. What is this story about? Remember, we're looking for a word that has to do with the whole story. Not part of the story, but the whole story. So this story is about what? Soil? Well, we talked about soil, but just a little bit about soil. The whole story wasn't about soil. We just heard that soil is used to make bricks, right? So the story is not about soil. Is the story about cement? Well, we talked a little bit about cement. We said cement is used to make brick walls, but that was just a little part of what we read about. It's not the whole subject, right? So cement is not right. What about C, soil homes? Hey, we talked about that, right? The first part of the passage we said, is your home made of dirt or soil? Yes, it is. And then the passage explained how your home is made of soil. So the whole passage was talking about soil homes. The fact that you live in a soil home and how is that soil home made. So yeah, C is our answer. D, ovens? No. We talked about ovens just a little bit. Ovens are used to make bricks. That was just a little part of the reading passage. So it's not D. Our correct answer is C. This story is about soil homes. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Number 2 says clay. Remember, clay is a type of soil. It's a wet, sticky soil. Is stirred, mixed with sand and water then. Okay, so this sentence is talking about 2 parts of a process, how something is done. First we do this, then we do this. So the reading passage said, first we stir clay. Clay is stirred or mixed with sand and water. Then what happens? Then it's stacked in rows. No, because it's not hard, right? If we just mix clay, sand, and water, it's still wet and squishy, right? It's not hard. If you stack it, it'll fall down. So that's not right. It's cooled in a fridge. So we take that mixture and we put it in a fridge, means refrigerator. Refrigerator. So we make it cool? No, it doesn't make cool. We need the opposite, actually. We don't cool them down, we heat them. C, made into soil. That doesn't make sense because clay is soil. So clay is stirred with sand and water and then made into soil? No, it's already soil. That doesn't make sense. Must be D. D says baked in a big oven. Yeah, that's what it is. D is right because baked, hot, we put heat on it and we put them in a big oven. A big oven puts a lot of heat on them, right? So we're using heat. We're not using coolness, not like B. It's the opposite of B, right? So clay is stirred with sand and water, then baked in a big oven. So we bake bricks, right? Don't eat them. No, we just use heat to make them strong, dry, and hard. And now they're a strong block for building with. Okay, let's move on to number 3. When we have the bricks, right? We have the bricks, we take them out of the oven, but they're all separate. They're not together. They don't stick together. So how are bricks held together? How do we hold these bricks together? What do we use to hold bricks together? Do we use clay? No, we don't use clay. We use clay to make the bricks, not to hold them together. B, we use soil. Well, soil and clay are the same thing, right? They are the same thing, right? They equal each other. So that's not right. We use cement. Yes, we do use cement. We use cement to hold bricks together. That's the correct answer. D, dirt. Well, dirt, soil, clay, they're all kind of the same thing, right? They're all not correct. So dirt is equal to soil and clay, right? But cement is sand and water that's mixed together, right? And we use that to hold bricks together. So bricks are held together with cement. Bricks are held together with cement. Okay. Okay, so we've come to soil homes, and we can see an example of our brick wall. Let's review for this lesson by looking at this brick wall. And we can see the brick wall here. We can also see the cement in between the bricks that's holding the bricks together. Let's take a look here. Here we have bricks are used to build houses, right? These are the individual bricks. We can see them there. We can also see bricks were used thousands of years ago. So bricks have been used for a long, long, long time, okay? Thousands of years. That's many, many, many more times than you have been alive, right? It's very, very old. Bricks were used thousands of years ago. How do you make bricks? We talked about that in the reading passage, right? We take three things. We take clay, we take water, and we take sand, and we mix those things together, and then we put them in an oven, put a lot of heat on it, and then we get a block, and that's the brick, right? We get those bricks out of the oven. So we use soil, dirt, and a special kind of clay, which is a wet, sticky soil, or wet, sticky dirt, right? It's a special kind of soil, and we use that to help make bricks by baking it in an oven with some other ingredients. Flat bricks, of course, when we make the bricks, we make them flat, right? You make them flat here. You make them square, or actually this really isn't a square, right? It's a rectangle. But you can also, you can also see some, this is almost square here, but sometimes they're flat and long, that would be a rectangle. And flat bricks, of course, you have to have them flat, right? Whether there's a square or the rectangle, doesn't matter. They must be flat because they stack better. If they're round, they don't stack. You need a lot of cement, and it's not very strong, right? But look, it's kind of interesting. Sometimes they lay them flat on the side. Sometimes they put them like this, right? And they put them up and down, right? But either way works, as long as they're flat on the sides. That's the important part, because flat bricks stack better. They stack, you can put them on top of each other better. It's more easy, or easier. It's easier. Okay, so very interesting. We're talking about soil homes, and it's kind of funny to think that your home is made of soil. Your home is made of dirt. But when we make bricks or we make cement, then it's not dirty, it's actually clean, right? And of course, this can be clean surface in your home. Some people, of course, will cover it with wallpaper and plaster and things like that to make it nice on the inside. But sometimes it looks good just like that, right? A lot of people like brick walls. It looks good. It looks artistic, right? Okay, so that about wraps it up for this lesson. I hope you've learned a lot. And yeah, take a look at your house. Think about what it was made of. Not all homes are made of soil. Some homes are made of wood. But take a look at your house. Is your house a soil home or not? It's an interesting question. Anyway, hope you've learned a lot. As usual, we'll see you guys next time. Take care.